Welcome to our explainer on the new DepEd K-12 grading system. We're going to take a bit of a road trip today through a 54-page policy to figure out exactly how education in the Philippines is changing. It's a pretty massive shift, but don't worry, we've boiled it down to the absolute essentials for you. So buckle up, because we are looking at how schools are completely rethinking what it actually means to be a successful student. Let's start by imagining a classroom for a second, but a classroom where the focus shifts away from that super stressful number crunching and artificial grade inflation. Instead, picture a space completely dedicated to actual, holistic student development. A place where making a mistake isn't this permanent stain on your record, but just a normal stepping stone to mastery. Well, that is the core vision behind this new directive. To navigate these new rules, we've mapped out a quick roadmap. Step 1, changing how we grade. 2, practice versus game day. 3, what grades mean now. 4, the rules for AI tools. And finally, number 5, celebrating real student growth. All right, let's pull up to our first stop, changing how we grade. Starting in school year 2026-2027, DepEd Order 15 is going to roll out nationwide to public schools. The big goal here, harmonizing assessment practices so we prioritize genuine competency over just mindlessly chasing high marks. You know, in the past, there was this heavy reliance on complicated formulas just to boost grades. Honestly, sometimes it felt like you needed a math degree just to understand your own report card. This new policy is designed to fix that. It's built to be transparent, fair, and incredibly learner-centered. Moving right along to stop number 2, practice versus game day. Let's toss out the heavy educational jargon like formative and summative for just a second. Think of formative assessments as a practice session. This is where the coach gives you tips, you try out new things, and you're totally allowed to fumble the ball. Summative assessments, on the other hand, well, those are game day. This is the championship match where your performance actually counts toward the final score on the board. So the absolutely crucial point here is this. The mistakes made during these practice sessions, the formative assessments, they are meant purely for learning. The policy explicitly states they are not to be used for computing a student's grade. Teachers are basically meant to act like detectives during practice, looking at cues and adjusting how they teach to better guide the students. This completely takes the pressure off the daily learning process. It ensures kids aren't being punished for the messy, totally normal process of learning something brand new. Next up, stop number 3, what grades mean now. For our youngest learners, so kindergarten through grade 3, the new descriptive grading system removes numbers entirely. Instead, it uses letters like CO, DV, or BG. Think of it like a child's growth chart at the doctor's office. CO, or consistent, means they're growing perfectly and hitting their milestones. DV, or developing, means they just need a little more time and practice. And BG, or beginning, means they might need some extra vitamins or, sustained guidance and support. This prevents slapping a low number on a 7-year-old and negatively labeling them before they've even really started their academic journey. Now, for older students in grades 4 through 12, the new rule of the land is the zero-based grading system. To keep it super simple, the grade you see is the exact raw reflection of the student's actual mastery. Under the old system, a raw score of, say, 70 might be magically converted into a passing grade of 75 through a hidden curve. But under these new zero-based rules, what you earn is exactly what you get. It's an honest, unaltered look at exactly where the student stands. Of course, suddenly pulling away the safety net of a grading curve all at once could cause some serious whiplash. So, to ease the shock of this change, schools are going to use an adjusted grading curve as a transition measure for just 1 year. That's school year 2026-2027. But make no mistake, by school year 2027-2028, the zero-based system will be fully enforced. The training wheels come off, and authentic assessment becomes the permanent standard. Which brings us to stop number 4, rules for AI tools. DepEd knows artificial intelligence is here to stay, so they've laid out some really clear boundaries categorized into prohibited, limited, and guided uses. Here's the easiest way to think about it. Prohibited is treating AI like a chauffeur, having it do all the driving by, say, writing your entire essay for you. That is strictly banned. Limited is using AI as training wheels, getting a little help with brainstorming or grammar checks just to get you started. And guided use is treating AI like a co-pilot, working alongside it for complex problem-solving and higher grade levels, as long as you document your interactions. Ultimately, the policy is there to ensure that all student outputs reflect their own authentic work, reasoning, and performance. Even if digital tools are used for early research, Teachers are going to use in-class follow-ups, oral questioning, or supervised checks to make absolutely sure the student actually learned the material. AI should support your thinking, sure, but it can never be allowed to replace it. And finally, we arrive at our last stop, celebrating real student growth. Academic excellence awards are definitely still there for older students who hit those high marks. But awards are no longer just this cold math equation based on numerical grades alone. The system now vigorously celebrates holistic development. Schools will hand out character traits awards for consistent effort and positive behavior. There's a leadership excellence award for initiative and cooperation. Plus, there are special recognitions for bringing honor to the school in extracurriculars, arts, or technical fields. Just think about the kids who are natural leaders but maybe struggle with test anxiety. This system is built to finally recognize their unique strengths. It's a pretty beautiful acknowledgement that a student's worth is far more than just a test score. As we step back and look at this entire roadmap, it's really clear we are shifting from a system obsessed with judging to a culture dedicated to guiding. By embracing honest grades, valuing those practice sessions, and celebrating good character, consider this. How might this focus on real, authentic growth empower the students in your life to truly thrive? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.